Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 7th of February. As ever, I'm going to give you a broad overview of what to expect, but please stay with me. I will then dive deep to give you in forensic detail an analysis of each of the 12 zodiac signs. You can watch these based on your ascendant or the sun. It's entirely your choice. This week begins with the sun in a conjunction with Saturn. Now, the sun in Aquarius, guess what? Saturn is the ruler of this sign. So what does that tell us? Well, Saturn's a serious influence, isn't it? And it represents the more traditional energies of Aquarius. The more radical energies of Aquarius come from its modern ruler or co-regent, Uranus. And that's very much in the picture this week too. But we also have a quarter moon on Tuesday, angling sharply to the sun in a 90-degree square, but also to Saturn. So I think this is a week when it comes to our highest expectations, we need to keep them nailed to the floor. Every zodiac sign has its best look and it has its more negative energy. The more negative energy of Aquarius perhaps is that it can be very detached and cold. So if we put Saturn there, that's going to increase that chill factor. Now also, because we had the new moon in Aquarius on the 31st of the month, and that was very close to Saturn, I don't think this is necessarily a time when we can always hope that society is going to amend the higher values of Aquarius, very much about inclusiveness, the group. Now some people are going to be on the case, but we have to be realistic about who holds the power. And there is, in the world, regimes that have a much more totalitarian approach to power. So it's not all going to be honky-dory just because we've got this Aquarius energy. And of course we've got a cost of living crisis as well. But because we've got a lot of energy in the sign of Capricorn, very much about the earthy pentacle energy, if you like, there is still the chance for us to be very mercurial in our approach. Partly because Mercury is advancing into an exact conjunction with Pluto on Friday, which can help us really probe down, cut into the detail of things with immense precision and understand what's really meaningful. But we still have the flare side of things because Venus is the lower benefic and Jupiter the greater benefic. So the two planets of fortune are actually in a great link this week, and Mars in a very decisive link with Uranus, which can see things move very quickly. So if we get gut instincts around how we can use our resources or talents in a way which gives us tangible results, as long as we're bold and we think future forwards, which comes from the Aquarius energy, but Saturn's just saying, be utterly realistic. So this is a week to be very earthy in our approach, not very airy. I think that's the overwhelming message. If you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Every time I drop a video, you'll get an update from YouTube. Also, if you would like to get your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, I've been writing these for many moons, about 25 years. It would be great to have you with me. Please see the subscription link below. And also, if you want to ascend above this Zodiac broadcast and understand what more serious astrology holds for you, you want to understand your character analysis. What really makes you tick? What are the defining influences that are going to be operating within you for much of your life? Then you can order your character analysis, but also a 12-month forecast and get 30% off with my special offer. Please see the link beneath this video. Hello Cancer and welcome to your week commencing the 7th of February forecast. Now as this week begins, the sun is alongside the rather conservative energies of Saturn in your 8th house. The 8th house is a sector of transformation. It's very scorpionic, it's very deep, and it's very passionate. Now Saturn, of course, can be a very restraining influence, but it could give you some kind of reward here. So if you've worked very, very long and hard on your own business, for example, some kind of payoff can occur for you. it never fails to amaze me when I do lives, one-to-ones with clients, how Saturn often rewards. It's got this dark reputation, which is not, it's not undeserved, but it can reward. So if a lot of patience has gone into building up a financial fabric in your situation, you could see some kind of high point. But Saturn could also push you to think very carefully about where you're most invested emotionally, spiritually, romantically, or financially, where it's not working so well. And because there is that square with the quarter moon on Tuesday in your sector of the future, and you've got the bright and vivacious energies of Uranus buzzing around this area too, you're really excited about where your future direction is going. You've got Jupiter, the planet of hope, of optimism, in your ninth house of expansion, and that's linking with Uranus, your long-term hopes and highest hopes. And then we've got a whole plethora of energy for very important planets in the sign of Capricorn, which is your chance to engage with people. It could be where relationships are developing, and it could be very positively. So if something is ending with the Saturn influence on the 8th house, it's going to be something that I think has been more long-standing. And if something's evolving in the here and now, with all that 7th house energy linking to the 9th, linking to the 11th, then it's going to be people who are really, urging you on. They're really on your side. They're really understanding where you're coming from. You're meeting people in the middle. It's not too dependent, but nor is it too detached. You're finding that lovely midpoint between what you need as an individual but what you're prepared to give. And that's because Venus and Mars together can be quite beautiful, and also Mercury coming into exact contact with Pluto on Friday is really going to give you some detailed intelligence about the state of play of all sorts of relationships in your world. I don't just mean romantic ones. And that information can be fed into your future progress. But I think money or your long-term financial situation could be a bearing on the more idealistic hopes that you have. And you just need to be really realistic that to gain something, especially if you're moving or wanting to move out to something that's been very committed for a long time, there may be some big decisions about what you have to give up. But if you're free of that kind of stuff, this could be a very, very exciting time. And it may be, as I said before, when you're finally getting some well-deserved rewards.